EB disqualified from session for going the wrong way.
All right, so we got Ty Genghis with a 144.894.
Yep. CPI Hayden right behind him, 10th behind, and then a couple thousandths behind him. We got Zach in 6th. It is a very close 1 through, honestly 1 through 5, super close. Oh, stream looks better now.
Okay, good. Alright.
Alright. And DB looks like he might be starting from the back as he just got disqualified for going the wrong way on the track. Had a brutal spin, looks like he was trying to fix it, but... I'll follow along with Hayden right now. Who are you following now? You're also following Hayden, sweet.
I'm following Hayden.
Alright, let's see what he can do here. It doesn't look like he's going to put down a lap here. He's just getting some heat into his tires maybe for next lap.
Alright. Alright.
I'm going to hop on over to the Johnny Damon, who looks to be on a actual lap. I can see details on here.
Oh yeah, you get all that.
Yeah, I get all that now. I can pop up the telemetry, the lap data, track map. Oh yeah, it's game changing.
Yep.
Oh, you left the party?
No, I didn't mean to.
No.
I mean, no, I just left it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That explains why I can still hear you then.
Alright, so we've got Hayden coming down to complete his lap.
Yeah. It's just a lap to get some heat into his tires, I believe, and then he should be on an actual flying lap this next one, trying to see if he can best his time.
Well, see, I thought your out lap would be your heating up your tire lap.
You would think so, but it looks like he took an extra lap too, because he was just like kind of weaving there on the straights, like not really trying to get his best time. So looks like he was just trying to warm his tires up more.
Okay.
I do believe, like with these new tires this year in the F1, they do have a harder time getting heat into them because they're larger rims, I believe.
Okay.
So it takes a little longer for the heat to disperse out to the rims into the tires and really warm them up. But with a super long track like this, you shouldn't have too much of a problem like getting your tires at the temperature within one lap. Let's see what Hayden can do here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Well,
I can't hear.
you can't hear me?
I can't hear the cars. There they are.
Oh. Oh, it does not look like that will be his fastest lap. Took it a little too hard going into that turn right there. And he moves out of the way for It's Your Bro Chase, who's going for a lap.
Alright, so with... Oh, Mike RPM is wrecked. It's your bro Chase here.
Yep. See if Chase can make his way into the top 5, maybe even the top 3 here. 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 3 here.
So it looks like Johnny's going to be on the pole. Oh, Chibro Chase with a 144.517
Chibro
in the
Chase.
last second.
Yep. That was an extreme lap from him. I figured he was going to get his way in the top 5, but I didn't think he was going to take pole with that lap. And that should be everybody except for Brass. Brass is still going to give it one more try here to best his time. It does not look like he'll get it though. He's currently at the 150 point and his best lap's at 146, so I don't think he will be improving. And that should be everybody, yep.
All right, well that brings us to the end of qualifying, and it's going to be It's Your Bro Chase on the pole.
Yep, and then the 2 Mercedes running 2 and 3 with the Spider and the Johnny Damon. So it looks like those Mercedes are going to want to get down a lot of points this week. Go ahead and look at the standings here. Still trying to figure out how to use Discord.
Huh. Well, when I had the whole thing set up on my computer, and the problem is we would have had a really awesome graphics thing tonight, but I was sitting there playing with it, and I forgot to charge my computer. So I can't charge my computer and broadcast at the same time because my computer has to be plugged into a different USB-C port for my internet, because I have an internet thing that plugs my internet into my laptop, because MacBooks don't have any inputs except for 2 USB-C ports these days. So I can't charge my phone, broadcast, and be on the internet at the same time. So one week we'll get this together and stream a different way, but tonight we're just going to go back to the old-fashioned way right here on PlayStation, and these boys putting down some good qualifying laps tonight, and I'm excited, man. I mean, Belgium looks like a fun track. It's definitely a driver's track because you have a lot of tight turns here from what I was seeing in qualifying.
Oh, absolutely. The good thing is it is one of the better tracks for overtaking and stuff like that, so we will see a lot of action. It's nothing like Monaco or like anything like that.
Hey, you watch your tongue. Monaco in the rain, there's nothing better than Monaco in the rain.
Baku City in the rain's better than Monaco in the rain.
When the AIs are set on easy and damage is set on off, there's nothing better than Monaco in the rain.
Okay. See, I run on like simulation damage, like bots up to like at least 80, so it's not fun.
Oh man! All right, so tonight's gonna be 22 laps. No sprint race.
No sprint race this week.
No sprint race this week. It's Your Bro Chase on the pole, and Jay Dameron up here in the booth.
Yeah.
Along
my boy Dan.
Yeah, and here we are. We're going to get our, what's it called? What's this called?
Formation lap?
Yep, that one. Their formation lap together. I don't have my notebook today. I left it at work.
No, you're fine.
And I'm an idiot,
I have
man.
a notebook, just no pen, so I'm just sitting here with a blank piece of paper in front of me
And I'm
right
sitting
now.
here with 5 pens and no notebook, so... Drive up here from Florida and I'll give you a damn notebook. All right, so getting the formation lap out of the way with It's Your Bro Chase on the pole. Spidey second, Johnny third, Tykangas fourth. And I wish I had my super awesome graphic to show you how much the points have changed in the past week. But Red Bull has taken the lead in the constructor standings, and Slade has taken the lead in the driver standings, and both of them are, I think, under a point, 5 points.
Yeah, I believe Slade has a 1 point lead over Mike right now, and Red Bull has a 2 point lead in the constructors over Alfa Romeo. So it is tight.
Every lap is going to count in these races.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and 3 races ago, I thought like Mike RPM and
was
Alfa
running
Romeo
away
were
with
running
it.
away. Yeah, they had like a 30, 40 point gap at least.
Mike is one fastest lap of the race away from being tied for first in points. I mean, that's how close this points battle is right now. And Slade has not even ran all the races this year. That's the wild and crazy part. Is Slade and what I like to call the cotton candy machine has just driven through this point standings in the last couple of weeks. Tonight kind of stinks. We are missing Favre. We're missing. Let's see. Grizzly's not here.
Grizzly, yeah.
But we do have Grimesy in the race tonight. And, you know, Grimesy normally up here in the booth with us every other week. Every other week he's on the track. So, actually, I mean, I'll go ahead and let everybody know, I think it's going to start happening to where every other week Grimesy's going to be in the booth and Jake's going to be racing for Grimesy, and Grimesy's going to be racing and Jake's going to be in the booth. So they're going to be switching back and forth on the weeks that Grimesy has to work.
Yeah, hopefully I don't let Grimesy down, and I can make him proud in his car for him. So.
Well, man, my thing is, if you at least start the race, you're doing better than him sitting out. So I mean, that's
absolutely true.
You know, there's only one way to go, and if you have to do it the way Mike did when he had a controller. Just ride around in the back and let everybody else give you positions.
Oh yeah. I don't think I have like the pace of some of these guys, but I think I definitely have some more pace than maybe a couple, and I can definitely keep my car on the track well. So I think I might be able to score a couple of points here and there. Maybe look into a podium or two for Grimesy. We'll see, but it'll be fun regardless. I just got the game last night, getting to terms with these cars and the way they handle. I gotta say, I do love it a lot more than the previous years.
And here we go for the green flag in this 22-lap event here in Belgium. And Chase getting a hard start. Dude, Chase getting a really bad start.
Yeah, Chase fell down from first to, wow.
Almost last.
And we got a car sideways, too. I believe that is Alfa Romeo.
Grimesy all the way to the back.
Hayden with a great start. He got out first.
McLaren having a horrible start to this race.
Yeah. And I was going to say one thing to keep in mind going into that lap was Slade and Mike were right beside each other, and now it seems like they were 7th and 8th, I believe, and now Mike's down to 9th and Slade's up to 4th, so Slade got away really well there.
He did, and Hayden...
I don't know if that was the contact with Alfa Romeo I saw, because I do believe Mike got contact with somebody. Let's check out Johnny Damon going in on CPI Hayden right now. And it's going to be 2 laps before we get DRS, so it'll be interesting to see if people can establish a gap between them and the car behind.
Johnny is not letting Hayden get too far out in front of him. He's keeping his distance so that he can get that DRS.
That's smart. I'm going to say the DRS is definitely powerful on a track like this where you got super long straights, so if you can stay within that DRS range, it offers you a great opportunity to make a pass.
So everybody pretty spaced out at the moment. Not a whole lot of battling going on early in this race.
Yeah, it looks like Ty Gangus
is a tough little track.
Yeah, so everybody's all bunched up at the moment now. It seems like there is a little bit of a gap after Grimesy between like 13th and 16th. Everybody else is pretty close to each other, it seems. Oh, and Johnny Damon takes the lead on Hayden.
Oh, as I'm sitting here going, oh no, Spider out of the race.
Oh, Spider out of the race. Yep. I wonder what happened there. And Johnny Damon just got away well there. Going into I believe that long straight's called Vertillion. And then it leads into the bus stop chicane over here. One of my favorite parts of the track.
All right, so Hayden almost losing DRS time here. Oh, there, he's starting to catch back up. All right, I was about to say, oh, and we're under a safety car for Spider.
Yeah, Spider just retired from session. Yeah, it's actually can't see their car once they're retired. I want to see like where he parked. That should neutralize the race a little bit, and then it'll be another 2 laps after the safety car comes in before we get DRS, so it'll all get reset here. But the Johnny Damon making out well here so far, coming away in first, which I believe he started in 2nd place, right?
Yep. So, I mean, the big loser right now definitely is Spider, but Ichibro Chase has lost 8 positions
Yeah,
in the first 2 laps of this race. Had
that's
a
brutal.
horrible start after getting a very good qualifying time, and is now currently running 9th. I mean, and you've got to pass a lot of fast cars to get back up there to first where he started this race. I mean, so that right now in the first couple of laps of this race, that is the biggest. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I want to say loser, but I don't want to call him a loser. You know.
Biggest letdown so
Biggest
far.
letdown so far is how fast.
Chase was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Hayden's coming into the pits here, so I wonder if he's getting the pit out of the way now. So we might just try a one-stop strategy here. Pit while everybody else is staying out, and then just ride his tires to the end. We've seen Hayden does have amazing tire management.
He does. Last week, Hayden didn't change tires once.
What? Oh, yeah, because it was wet.
It was wet, and we were under, the car that led the most laps was the safety car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot to ask, what's your prediction on how many people we're going to have finish this week?
We are going to have 14 finish tonight.
14, okay. I like the optimism.
Absolutely.
I think we're definitely going to have over half this week finish. I believe, how many we got, 16? I think 75%.
See, my thing is
we're going to get at least 12.
I think we're at least 6 races into the season. It has taken the guys some time to get I mean, the difference between F121 and F122 is extreme. So they're finally starting to get the hang of these cars. They're starting to get the hang of the assists off, the assists that are on. Really starting to understand how their cars are handling, and they're practicing a heck of a lot more. So I'm expecting to not see half the field out of a race like we were seeing towards the beginning of this season. Now that these guys are getting, more acclimated to the new game and the new cars and the new style of racing here.
Yeah, and just the way, the style they race each other, too. I think they're starting to understand better, where they're, people are going to put the cars, going in turns and stuff like that, and realizing when they need to back out or when they need to go for moves. So I think the more, they race with each other, the better understanding they'll have of each other as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we were talking about the biggest loser of the race so far, which now, after this round, Hayden's back in 13th. So, that's, I think he pitted, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
But, look at Slade, up 6 spots. Look at DB.
That's incredible.
Look at Dan, up 7 spots. So, you've got goers, but you've got comers too. And these guys are coming to the front, and I'm expecting some good things from Slade tonight. Now that he's got the points lead, we've seen what he's done the last couple of weeks. It's early in the race. We're on lap 3 of 22 at I believe, the longest track in the game, or the second longest track in the game. So
the longest, I believe.
The longest. So, it's early, but go ahead and throw it out there. Slade and Cotton Candy Machine going to number 1 on the podium tonight.
Think he's winning this race?
Well, I put money on it in Vegas, so his ass better.
Yeah, I definitely think he'll come away with the podium. He definitely didn't have the pace that some of these guys had in qualifying, but we've seen, sometimes he might struggle a little bit in qualifying, but he always seems to have that race pace when it comes time for the lights to drop, so.
All right.
I believe he'll definitely put himself on the podium today, especially getting off to that great start, going from 8th to 2nd.
So here we are going into halfway through lap 4. The safety cars led the most laps tonight so far.
Yeah, that's a brutal thing about a safety car here is it takes so long to get around this track. So it seems like the safety car is hell for everyone. It is, but just something you gotta live with here at Spa.
Yeah. So I want to I think I'm gonna ride around Gonzalez 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. I don't see how that's possible. He's right in front of the car I'm following.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible either, because usually you have to be, speeding to ignore yellow flags or something. I don't know. It might have just been game spilling in there. It might be. Usually it only gives you a 5-second penalty on the safety car, if you run into the car in front of you or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe he made contact with somebody. But usually when it's ignoring yellow flag, so I don't know what that is for him, but I wasn't watching, so it's only speculation, but yeah, it definitely sucks for Spider, who qualified in the top 3 and is now out of this race. I'm sure he's pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah.
He definitely seemed to have the pace here today, so to be out of this race is definitely not.
Well, speaking of pace, I'm ready for it to pick up. Let's get this safety car off the track and go. I mean, it's a dang game, for crying out loud. Spidey's car is cleaned up, and his crew has already made sandwiches in the trailer. So it's time to get back to racing, boys. And here we are. Safety car getting off the track, and we're going back racing live here at Belgium in the ePro Series. I'm Niner Dan. That is Jay Dameron, and this is about to be good. We're getting the green flag right here. And Johnny's got the pace, so when he's ready to go, it's all on him. Let's get going, boys. Coming around turns 18 and 19. The spot where every penalty I've ever got in Belgium has happened.
Just jumping this curb over here.
I just ignored it like it ain't even there. All right, and here we are coming around, and the green flag is back out. Johnny Dame is taking them down into turn 1.
And up through Rotillion. Let's see how Slade gets away here. See if he can make it interesting for Johnny. Oh, here we got some movement back here.
All right, so it looks like Ty Gangus with a DNF in right there at the start.
Johnny Damon spun out.
Oh, crud.
He just went from 1st to 12th. Oh, man. It was not a good day for the Mercedes today. They're having a rough time keeping that car on the track, it seems.
It is, and who is that leading? What is that?
Wow.
Look, it's the cotton candy machine of Slade once again out in front, and he is ahead of the DRS zone. So these boys need to, they have a lap and a half to catch him before he just drives away from them.
And Zach, he's already got out of DRS range so far of Zach. Let's see if he can keep that up or maybe.
Oh, he overshoots the corner. Is that going to help Zach? It does not. A little bit, but it's not close enough.
Look who's there in 3rd, Mike RPM.
And his brother right behind him.
Champion guys. Oh yeah, Brass.
And look at fighting. Chase is back up to 5th already. But biggest mover so far this race in the positive direction is DB to best. In the negative direction is Johnny Damon. He's fallen 10 spots since the start after that safety car. He's fallen 13 spots since the fall after that safety car. Since the start of the safety car. Let's see. So Zach is back in DRS range, but we have another lap before it is active.
Nope. Seems like everybody's getting the fastest lap here, just changing it off.
Well, it sure helps when you're not behind a safety car, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, the first 4 laps of this race, the safety car had the fastest lap. So.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And Zach is right up on Slade. Let's see if he can make a move right here going into the straight.
Zach has gained a second on him, and he does. Zach gets the lead on the outside of Slade. Great move by Zach.
I'm guessing he probably just used a little ERS there and got by him, because it looks like they had pretty similar exits.
Yeah, coming out of turn 7. Slade not letting him get too far ahead of him.
Yeah, keeping it tight, and then Mike's right behind him, so we got a tight race for top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't see the mistake that Slade made to where Zach gained a second on him.
I don't know. I mean, it might have just been using ERS and not, because that is a long straight. So, like, if somebody's using ERS and somebody's not down that straight.
Well, I mean, Zach has 40% ERS and Slade has 43. So, I mean, oh, no!
Oh, no.
And Zach spun! Oh, man. See, I just don't need to you need to broadcast from now on, because when I put the camera on somebody, damn it.
Spin it out.
Jeez.
Yeah. You're just cursing everybody, huh?
And Zach is falling down to 8th, and that moves
Cursed
Mike
Hayden's win last
RPM
week.
up to second, but he's not going to hold on to second for long. RPM to the lead around the outside of Slade.
Slade
with
him
the
down the inside.
Looking for it to come back. Round 5-6 going through turns. No, or 18 and 19 coming around to the start finish line. And DRS is enabled this lap, so Slade in the perfect position.
Yeah, Slade might have just let him by there so he can get this DRS. That DRS is worth a lot of speed right here.
It is a smart maneuver going up the hill here.
See if he can keep it close, and he does keep it very close. He should have the opportunity to overtake here. Yep, DRS wing open.
And here comes Slade back around for the lead on the outside, inside of Mike RPM. All right, put Slade back out front through 5, 6, and 7.
It's your bro Chase. Look at the recovery he's had. He's all the way back up in the third now.
Absolutely, man. After that start that Chase had, seeing him get back up to third.
That's incredible. Way to fight back and really just put your head down. And Zach, with that spin, went from first all the way down into 8th.
Yeah, and Hayden back to 5th after pitting in the last safety car. You've got DB all over the back of Gonzalez.
DB, yep.
And he makes the pass going into turn number, I don't know, they're somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what turn it is right now, but quite the move by DB right there. Let's see if he can close in on
DB
Hayden.
up one more spot to 6th.
Oh, Mike RPM right up on Slade again. This time it looks like Mike should have the DRS.
Through 18 and 19, and yep, Mike's going to have the DRS going up the hill here.
See if he can keep it tight. Coming up this hill. And yeah, I mean, you see a lot of people spinning. This is a track that is pretty hard with the traction, with all the elevation changes and sharp turns. Like, it's definitely easy to lose your traction coming into one of these turns if you take it wrong.
I mean, there's so many elevations here. I think my ears would be popping the entire time I'm racing.
Yeah, it's definitely
all right. I
drastic.
mean, yeah, Mike has a great, DRS zone, but I think Chase's is better. Here comes Chase on the outside of Mike RPM, not able to make the move. Mike on the inside of Sled, not able to make the move. But you've got 1, 2, 3 running 1, 2, 3 noses to tail.
I think Chase just licking his chops back here, letting these guys battle it out.
Brass is making it a 4-way battle for the lead now, with Brass moving up there. I mean, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are not far away from each other. You can kind of get them all on the same camera at the moment. I mean, this is something else, guys. I am loving this race tonight.
Oh yeah, and we got some action down here, it seems too, going on. 6 and 7, 8 and 9 seem to be battling it out. This is everywhere you look, you're seeing moves on this track.
Yeah, so Chase is falling back. I didn't see what happened to Chase. It just happened because he was right up there in 3rd, so he's back there with Grimesy now in 7th and 8th.
That's a pretty significant drop. I'm guessing he probably had a little bit of an oversteer, maybe spun or something.
And Mike looking like he's about to take a chance getting this lead from Slade as we're working lap number 8 of 22 here.
Yeah, he'll get a DRS zone here.
Belgium going back to the start-finish line. We've got Hayden closing in.
It's interesting. He has DRS on that straight, but it looks like Mike isn't opening his DRS flap going in, like, to turn 1. Which I'm sure he'll be using right here. Or maybe it just doesn't look that way.
Yep, going up the hill. All over the back of Slade. Coming on the outside, going into turns 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, DRS flap wide open. I wonder if that's just a choice that he's making, like a strategic choice, because it doesn't look like he's opening his DRS flap in that first zone. Maybe just trying to stay close enough but not pass so he can get that DRS down that second zone.
So the guys that are 2 points, 1 point away from each other in the point standings are running 1, 2 and swapping the lead every 3 or 4 turns. I mean, this points battle tonight is going to be so tight at the end of this thing still.
2 people 1 and 2 in the driver's standings are 1 and 2 right now in the race, and they are neck and neck with each other right now.
They
so it
are
is turning out to be an exciting race so far.
All right. RPM still has that lead, but Slade keeping him on is staying right there.
Yeah, and Hayden's 3rd in the championship as well, and he's running 3rd right now. So, I mean, all those front runners are really coming out well here today. So
yeah, they are. And up and crash,
just
lived up to his name. Poor guy. So
yeah.
My number's out. I said 14.
I said 12. So, looks like we got Slade going into the pit. And like I said earlier, Hayden might be at the advantage here. He pitted earlier, so he doesn't have to pit again if he doesn't want to.
DB going in the pit as well.
Yeah. And Mike still has to pit, so. And Hayden did go with those hard compounds, it seems, so he is looking to do a one-stop, I believe.
And Hayden all over Mike.
Yeah, and you have the DRS here, should make the pass easily, yep.
All right, so put Hayden out front where he feels the most comfortable.
Yeah. But yeah, Hayden's been in great form the past couple of weeks, scoring a lot of points, especially starting with Brazil. Could have had the win last week and you didn't jinx him.
And Bell.
If you guys remember,
hey,
had the lead.
hey.
You don't want me to bring that up?
He was going to spin whether I said it was Hayden's race to lose or not. He was going to spin either way. It was not me that cursed him, I promise.
All right. Well, we'll go with that.
Oh, man. So Hayden out front. Mike keeping him on is right behind him, about 5 seconds back.
Yeah, I wonder if going into the first DRS zone, if we'll see Mike use that DRS at all, or if he'll keep that flap closed again. I wonder if that's his strategy here. I'm gonna say if that strategy puts him on the podium, I'll definitely have to ask him about it after the race. Big brain play, and he's going into the pits, it seems. So we won't get the time to see it here.
Okay, so Mike in the pits, Brass in the pits, both Brasses in the pits. Grimesy running 4th now, about 14 seconds.
Grimesy's coming into the pits
going
as well.
in the pits. As we're on lap 11 of 22. So Wolfsburg, I believe he's already pit. Move him up to 2nd.
Wolfsburg has not pit, I don't think.
He has not. All right, put him up to 2nd. Slade up to 3rd, but Slade has already pit.
Yeah.
So
with Gonzalez going into the pit now, it looks like everybody's going to have pitted except for Wolfsburg, actually.
All right, so Hayden going to have a almost 20-second lead, and he has already pitted.
Yeah, that decision to box under that safety car when nobody else did might come out to win the race for him. That was a very smart move by Hayden right there. I'm surprised nobody else did with the safety car being out and all of that, but I guess people wanted to really try to extend their tires.
But 20 laps, is that good on tires?
I mean, if you're running hards can definitely get through 20 laps. I mean, his tires are going to be pretty, like, falling off there by the end, but we've known him to be very good at managing his tires, so, I mean, if another safety car or two happens, Hayden's in a great spot. Something to help him extend those tires out. I mean, he'll be fine. And he doesn't have to go, like, full out on his tires right now with that 18-second gap he has. So he could just sit back and nurse his tires for a couple of laps.
All right, we got Slade running 2nd, Wolfsburg running 3rd, Mike running 4th. Trying to get around Wolfsburg here, which he should be able to do.
Yeah, Wolfsburg is on old tires, old mediums, I believe. Yep, 10-lap old mediums.
So Wolfsburg did pit already.
He did?
We're on lap 12, and he has 10-lap old tires. Absolutely.
No, he's pitting right now.
Well, if we're on lap 12 and he has 10-lap old tires, that means he pitted.
Yeah, it might be a... I be a glitch.
Okay.
It doesn't. Like I looked under the pit stops and it didn't say he stopped, but it says everybody else has one stop, and he's pitting right now. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe he didn't then.
Yeah. But yeah, the tire didn't add up to the total laps, so that's weird.
All right. So running right now. Let's see. Where's there?
The two McLarens are really close.
Trying to find a good battle.
Grimesy and Chase right now.
Yeah. Chase looking on the inside of his teammate.
Yep. And it looks like Chase will get by Grimesy here. And going into chicane, looks like he is coming away well here.
It is, and you know, DB up to 5th already. That's pretty decent. We've got coming down 10 laps to go.
Yeah. Everybody's pitted now, so they don't need to pit again. We'll probably see everybody else just stick with a one-stopper for this race.
Yep, and now we want to see if Slade is able to make up 18 seconds here.
It's going to be tough.
It is. I mean, he's making up quite a bit. I mean, he's I said that, he's made up a half a second. Yeah. So, just since I said that. So, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, Mike is right behind him, so.
He is. That's kind of the battle I can see. And then Mike's little brother right behind him. Yeah. Looks like DB and Brass are about to have a battle.
Yeah, they're pretty close to each other. It's kind of a fall off between DB and the Johnny Damon, and then everybody else is pretty close after that. Up to 10th.
All right, so Mike getting within DRS zone of Slade.
See if he had it within a second by that detection point. I don't know if he did or not, but we'll see here if he opens his wing up. It appears he will not have DRS here. So maybe next lap, but he's definitely closed the gap into DRS range, so he won't have it here, but he should have it in the next lap if he can keep this close. Other than that, there's not too many tight battles. It's your bro Chase is pulling up on Johnny Damon right now, though. And we got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3.
Yeah, something happened between Gonzalez and Toro.
Gonzalez and Toro?
I believe so. One of the two of them. All right, so Chase within range for Johnny. Let's see what happens. Ooh.
Just keeping it tight. Chase is really using that ERS now and backs off of there a little bit. I believe Chase will try to make a move here. DRS open for him. This should be where he was going to be able to make a move, if you will. He is falling a little bit behind, but still keeping it somewhat close. Let's see if he can make that dive. And he makes the dive on the inside and can't make it stick. He's right up on him now.
He is staying right there.
Yeah. And it looks like Zach just overtook Grimesy right behind them.
Oh, Chase with a great maneuver not to hit him.
I just turned off the chase too. Just missed it. Oh yeah, I'm just on the stream. Yeah, that was super tight. Great way to Chase to stay out of the way there.
All right, Chase making a move on the outside.
Right up on him.
Making a move on the inside, going in the corner. Oh, he's not able to do it. He gets on that bumper and just...
Yeah, Johnny's definitely closing the door there. Not really giving him any space to get by, so.
Not
I'm
at
sure Chase
all.
is probably getting frustrated with that, but he'll have another opportunity coming into turn 1. Maybe even into this last turn, who knows? And it looks like while we were talking, Mike is really closed up on Slade right now, too. He's within half a second, might make a move here. Mike has DRS open, and he will make the move on Slade. And make it stick. See if Chase can make his move now. Does not appear so. I don't know why, but it doesn't look like Chase had DRS there. Well, we're almost 3/4 done through this race, and we still have 13 guys racing. Pretty exciting, I'd say.
Great race so far tonight. I'm enjoying this one. Sometimes I become a fanboy. But, I mean, they are not able to catch Hayden. Hayden's still pulling away. I mean, they're staying low, even. So, without a safety car,
yeah, it's a race. It's a
race per second, for sure.
Well, don't say that again. You don't want to jinx him twice in a row.
The only thing that's going to stop Hayden from winning this race is a lightning strike putting out the internet at his house. That is it. And God likes Hayden. He ain't going to strike his house with lightning and make the internet go out. Hayden has got this one wrapped up with...
To be fair, I think Hayden could probably do a couple donuts and still have the lead.
Absolutely. So. With 7 laps to go, 8 laps to go. Yeah, I mean, Hayden has an 18-second lead that he has had since everybody went in the pits. It hasn't shrunk. It hasn't gotten bigger. It has been consistently in the 18-second bracket, no matter who's in second. So, I mean, Hayden, his tires, he's on hards, and they are 8 laps older, or 8 laps older than second place. And the longer you're on hards, the faster you're going to get. So, Hayden is sitting in the catbird seat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when he pitted and everybody else didn't, like, he's basically a whole pit stop ahead of everybody now.
You know what's funny? When Hayden pitted on lap 2 and did that, he laughed the whole time everyone else drove by the pits. I guarantee you. And that's all he did was just laugh. He's like, what are you Americans doing?
Right.
Y'all dumb.
They probably don't a lot of people in here probably don't watch a whole lot of F1, I imagine.
Oh, no, they do.
I'm sure Hayden does.
They do. These guys are F1 fans for sure, but... I mean, Hayden, with the move of the race, absolutely pitting on that safety car on lap 2, 100% the move of the race. The only person who can beat Hayden tonight is Hayden. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and say it as he spins. I'm just kidding. So the battle really is for second between Mike and Slade. Mike, 1 point behind Slade in the driver standings, and Mike running 1 position ahead of Slade. So
I don't overtake them in positions because I believe that's 18 points for second and 15 for third.
Yeah, so there will be a 2-point difference between the two of them if this is how it finishes.
And Hayden, if he keeps on in first right now, he'll be right up there. It'll probably be all 3 of them within maybe like 5 points of each other at this rate. And with Slade and Brass both running top 5, it's going to help Alpine in the construction.
I'm trying to look to see who had the fastest lap, and Chase just said it. So Chase has got the fastest lap point at the moment. He also gets the pole position point. So neither of those are going to help Mike or Slade at the moment. I believe you do, right? You get a point for pole?
No, I mean, unless they do it like that in this league, but in real life, no. Yeah.
Well, dang it, you should.
Just a stat. You should, yeah.
Well, I was talking about that last night in my NASCAR league that I broadcast for. I was like, you know what? One of these guys in here wishes he got stage point or playoff points for every pole he got because he has 9 of them this year.
Yeah, that would be nice. Just sit there, run pole, get a free point. But yeah, fortunately, if you get pole and then you DNF flap 1, you don't get any points for that race. So doesn't matter how good you are in qualifying.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you were to get a point for the pole, it is not a free point. Do you know how hard it is to get the pole in these races?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a free point.
It is a hard worked for point. All right, so we've got...
pole's not an easy stat, that's for sure.
Mike and Slade are the closest on the track, guys. I know I'm not moving the camera around very much, but this battle's been really good the whole race. So far, I'm trying to watch and see where good battles are at. I know I'm not running through the field, but I don't want to miss the action right here. If Slade was to get around him, they're
Mike right now.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, these two are good, and they're going at it. And again, you know, the distance between them and Hayden still 18.5 seconds. They're not gaining. They're not losing. Hayden is just running a great pace up there in front, 18 seconds ahead, where he's been since everyone else pitted, and he did not have to. Because if you're just joining us, he pitted when the safety car came out on lap 2, and no one else did, and so that's why he is on 15 lap tires, where everybody else on 7, 8, 6, you know, they all pitted not long ago, where Hayden pitted on that lap 2 caution. So
it's like if somebody else would have joined Hayden in the pits there, they might have been running second in this race right now, but he's the only one to do it, so...
But they have not invented a time machine yet, and if they did, I doubt you'd go back to this race to change that. I'm sure you'd go back to something else. Yeah. So, just run through the field real quick, give some guys some TV time. You got Slade running 3rd, DB, the best, Dan the man running 4th.
Yeah, gained up a lot of great spots.
Yeah, let me switch over to that and see where we've gained positions. 12. He's gained 12 positions tonight.
Wow.
So far in this race from qualifying. And then in 5th, you've got Mike's little brother, Brass, in the other cotton candy machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Ichibro Chase, who had a horrible, horrible start to this race after starting on the pole. By lap 1, he was, 12th?
Yeah, he lost like 10 spots.
By corner 1, he was 12th. But he gained a bunch of those back recently. He kind of lost them in the pits. He was up to 3rd, and he's slowly starting to work his way back up. Johnny has been up at the front. He's been back in the back. He's kind of settled right there in the middle. Grimesy, my second. Oh, no, son of a gun. As soon as I put the effing camera on him, dude, as soon as I did it, Grimesy, it's real, man. I won't ever put the camera on you again, bro. But Grimesy running 9th. Wolfsburg right there running 9th now that Grimesy spun.
Grimesy will probably have to come into the pits because he's got wing damage on that left side.
Yep, and then King C.92, who debuted last week with us, running there in 11th. Gonzalez 12th. And unfortunately out of the race, you've got Toro, Crash, Tygangus, and Spider. And you've got Hayden. Again, 18.5 seconds. He's not gaining. He's not losing. And I'm going to take the camera off him before I make him lose another race. So now you've got Slade running 3rd, chasing down Mike RPM, and that puts us back to the battle we've been watching all race long. It has been between Mike and Slade for 1st and 2nd, Mike and Slade for 2nd and 3rd. After the race, I'm sure Mike and Slade will race to the candy shop. And they'll be neck and neck when they get in the door.
Oh, yeah. I say, and with Slade and Brass both running in the top 5, Alpine's going to be right up there in the constructor standings as well. It's going to be a 3-team race up there, as long with a 3-person race in the driver standings.
Because the other Red Bull car is 15th. So
yeah,
with DB running 4th, this is definitely gonna tighten up the constructor standings. And Mike's teammate is not here tonight, so that's gonna hurt Ferrari or Haas. Excuse me.
Alfa Romeo.
No, Mike's Haas, right?
That's Alfa Romeo.
Oh, JK.
Yeah, Grizzly runs in the Haas.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta know the American team. Come on.
I've actually, of all the F1 shops, that's the one I've toured.
Really? It's in Kannapolis, right?
Yeah. Well, you remember my old next door neighbor at the trailer that worked for Haas, Stuart Haas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got me in there, gave me a tour behind the scenes. I got to go in the garage or in the shop for Stuart Haas, the NASCAR team, and I got to see everything from how they start the car to how they finish the car. But I had to lock my camera in a little locker. I got my phone in a locker. I couldn't take my phone in the back with me at all.
Secretive with that.
Oh, very, very secretive. But get back there,
like the wind tunnel and stuff like that. All that.
Yeah, I got. Well, they don't do the wind tunnel anymore now. No, they did have a wind tunnel, but they also had the Hawkeye machine, the new way that they do the laser.
Like laser measurements and stuff.
Laser measurements and stuff. I got to see that. That was super cool.
Wow.
And then it was the first year that Haas had the F1 team. So it was their first year, and I got to go and tour that. That's across the parking lot from the NASCAR.
So what did he do for Haas exactly?
He didn't do anything for Haas. He just got me in over there to take a look.
He just knew some people.
No, he actually did everything on the from the front firewall forward on Kevin Harvick's cars. So like where the engine mounts and all that stuff, he was the one that put all that stuff together.
Wow.
So that was super cool. Have a neighbor like that.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, I knew it was headquartered in Kannapolis. I was like, man, it was right down the street from me and you, of course, when you lived in Charlotte. But
yeah, it was really cool, and it was the first year Haas had their team. So still waiting on them to get a big win, and when they do, America is going to celebrate. I mean, beer for everyone.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing an American driver in Haas. That would be super sweet.
Well, me either. And you know who would be a good contender for that? You're gonna laugh at me when I say this. The one guy who can't find a damn ride. Why don't you put Kyle Busch in the Haas F1 car?
Busch.
Take him over to F1. Put him in the Haas car. He'll go to victory lane.
I don't know about that. Going from those NASCAR cars to the Formula style open wheel cars, there's definitely a big learning curve there. Imagine,
Jimmy Johnson has done it in IndyCar, and he was the Rookie of the Year this year at the Indy 500.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't follow IndyCar. I didn't realize Jimmy Johnson was in IndyCar this year.
Jimmy Johnson is running the full Ichibro chase with a 3-second penalty. Too many warnings.
No, he's got a big gap on 7th, so I think he'll be fine with that penalty. But
he does. But I want you to know something about these top 2 runners. There's about to be top 3. Second, third, and fourth are almost close with 1 lap to go. And they've closed the gap on Hayden. Not really enough. Hayden is still 13 seconds ahead. But Mike and Slade, I mean, it's going to come down to Hayden's tires. Let's see.
Yeah, it's probably just Hayden nursing his tires at this point, like conserving energy. Because, Hayden's got 50% ERS almost, it looks like, at this point. So he's probably just conserving energy. Mike's down to 5%, Slade's down to 6%. So, it looks like Hayden's just, like, kind of sitting back coasting, just driving his car to the finish line. Got 1 lap to do it, so.
Yeah, man, 1 lap to go for Hayden with a 13-second lead here. So the battle is going to be for that second spot. Mike's got a second and a half over Slade.
Yeah.
And
Slade
DB
just dropped out of DRS zone.
And DB is catching Slade. Second and a half back of Slade.
Yeah.
Or 2 seconds back of Slade, excuse me. So, I mean, second, third, and fourth, it looks like it's sealed, but, I mean, anything's possible on the last lap after last week. We have seen it on the last lap last week. Slade got the win after Hayden crashed on the last lap. So, and it was because of his tire. He blew a tire. Or his tire was low or something like that, I think is what he said. So, I mean, it's still possible, but, these guys right here, I mean, it's a good race, and we've got 11 guys around at the finish. I think that's the most we've seen at the finish of a race so far this season.
Yeah, we're gonna 75% of the racers finishing. So.
Yeah, and so we're gonna jump on board with the leader. There's no battles going on right now, so with the leader looking for win number 2 this season.
Hayden just coasting along in there. I think he learned his lesson about pushing that last lap last week.
Oh, Lordy. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize to anyone who's listening. If you've got little kids in the room for this victory lane speech, you're going to have to make them leave because this guy doesn't know any words except naughty ones.
Which one, Hayden?
But we love him all the same as he's coming around, turn 17, looking to turn 18 and 19 in the checkered flag after that.
Oh.
Hayden with 2 turns to go.
1 turn to go.
One little Sharpie here coming around to get the checkered flag. Your winner, CPI Hayden, win number 2 for the season. And a great pit strategy on lap 2 of this race won Hayden this race. And you've got Mike RPM in second, Slade in third, DB to best in fourth. DB up 12 positions in this race. That is fantastic. You've got Brass in fifth. It's your bro Chase in sixth. Even with his penalty, he's still going to be sixth. You've got Zach going to be seventh, I believe, crossing the line. Zach's going to be seventh. Wolfsburg's going to be eighth. King C.92 is going to be 10th.
I'm getting the last point. And Grimesy just missing out on the points in 11th, it looks like.
And our boy Grimesy finishing 11th. Yeah, good to see him on the track tonight. You know, Grimesy, one of my favorites out here just because I get to spend more time with them than the rest of them. So I know Grimesy a little better. But, you know, and not getting one of the points tonight, feel bad for him. He'll be up here in the booth with me next week, and Jake will be running the Grimesy car. So that'll be fun for next week. I don't know, buddy, but you should figure that one out real quick.
Yeah, let's say, get some practice in. Oh, I got a trophy. Yeah, maybe you'll see why I prefer to be up here and not on the track. But who knows? I might come and surprise some people next week. DB, driver of the day.
Yes, congrats, he is.
DB. After getting disqualified in the practice session, start from the back. Almost came away with the podium. Here we have our podium celebration.
Yep, so Hayden getting the awesome win.
Yeah, so we'll be talking to Slade, Mike, Hayden, and
I hope so. I hope so. After, I mean, that was, to me, I mean, can you believe the move of the race happened on lap 2?
Lap 2, yeah.
Like that's crazy to think that, I mean, the race 22 laps long and the move for the win happened on lap 2 of the race. Like, that's just crazy to even think about. So welcome in Hayden. We got Mike in here. We've also got DB in here, driver of the race, moving up 12 positions. But Hayden, man, I was like, did Hayden really just pit on the the only safety car of the race? But not even thinking, that was the move of the race that got you the win, because everyone else had to pit beside you. So you ended up with that huge 18-second lead for 80% to 90% of the race. And it came around. I mean, I know you kind of let off a little bit. I tried to keep the camera off you after last week's, catastrophe.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I put it on Grimesy at one point tonight, and as soon as I put it on Grimesy, he spun and hit the wall, and I'm like, nope, we ain't doing this again. So congratulations, man, big win. And what was going through your head with that safety car? Like,
you're sitting in the pits by yourself, nobody else pitted. Were you laughing?
Yeah, I told him you were probably laughing the whole time you were sitting in there.
Well, I knew the hards were a stronger race day around here. I was going to try and start on the hards, but my strategy messed up. So then, when the safety car came out, I was like, you know what, I'm risking it.
No, your strategy paid off.
And yeah, it's worked out wonderful. I kept the 18-second gap. Towards the end, though, I was a bit risky. I was on 93% towards those final few laps. I was risking a puncture on the final laps.
That's what I called that out to Jake. I'm like, you know what? I mean, pitting on lap 2 was great, but he's going to run out of tire. But you did it, man. You held off for it, and congratulations. Win number 2 on the season, and definitely moving up the point standings. We've also got Slade and Mike in here, and guys, I mean, knowing you guys came into this 1 point apart and watching you two battle, like, that was the battle of the race. Like, we kept it on you for most of the race because there wasn't really a lot of battles. When there were overtakes going on, we jumped back to those, but then we would just hurry up and get back to you guys because it seemed the middle of that race, one of you would lead half a lap, the other one would get around you and lead the other half. And it was back and forth, back and forth. How was y'all's race? And congratulations on podium finishes for both y'all tonight. And we'll go with my bad. We'll go with you first.
Yeah, thanks. It was a ton of fun. I kind of wanted to pit that first stint there when Hayden did, but I just thought it was a lap too early. Probably should have looking back at it, but hearing what his tires were, it's probably good I didn't. It was a really tough battle with Slade. Once I got around him, I was just playing overtake games with him, trying to save my overtake at the safe spots. But I think once I finally got a buffer of like 6-7 tenths, I was able to play defense a little bit more. But
yeah, speaking of you playing those games with him, did I see that correctly? You weren't opening your DRS in that first zone and saving it for that second one to make the overtake?
Yeah, there's probably 2 laps where I was doing that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's super smart. Just stay close and then do it for the next section where it's more powerful.
Yeah, I had about 10% battery or less the whole entire race, so it was just kind of selectively using it, I guess, to hold him back. And I knew that Hayden pretty much had the race won unless he flattened it, so I needed the points against Slade. So It was a great battle.
It was a awesome battle. And Slade, man, I mean, getting the points lead by 1 point go after last week on that last lap pass for the win. Great race tonight, by the way, too. How was your race tonight? And what did you think about when Hayden made that pit stop with that safety car on lap 2 or 3? Did you think maybe I should have gone back and done that, or didn't even think about it?
No shot. Didn't even think about it. Because at France, it bit me in the rear end because I blew a tire 2 to go, leading the race at France because I pit too early. So I was just riding it out, just chilling at that point. And, yeah, I ran all I could. I did not deserve P3. I qualified 8th. I deserved to be 8th. I was so slow. But these starts, man, I don't know. We keep doing these starts. Went from 8th to 3rd in the first lap. And then after Hayden, Pate went to P2. So 8th to 2nd in the first lap. So our starts are just saving us. We shouldn't have that speed today. I was very off pace to start the week, so for a P3, I'm very happy. I didn't expect to have the point lead coming out of today, but to salvage it with a P3, you can't ask for much more.
Yeah, absolutely. You did everything right, it seemed like.
Yeah, and I mean, that start of the race, I mean, man, I felt for Chase. Went from 1st to 12th before the first corner. Kind of just messed everybody up, but there were definitely some gainers in that start of the race. So congratulations, guys. Great podium tonight. Overall, great race. And to see, like I said, the move of the race happening on lap 2 or 3 of the race, I mean, that's just – didn't even see that coming, and apparently Hayden was the only one who saw that coming, and so congratulations to him. DB, man, you moved up a ton of spots in this race, just picking them off little by little, as fast as you could, but doing it very smart, man. How was your race overall, and give us some insight on what we're doing next week?
Well, my actual race, I felt like I drove a really good race. I just did something stupid in qualifying. I was trying to get an extra lap in, and I missed pit road, and I tried to go backwards, and it disqualified me, so I ended up going to the back of the field because of that. And, man, I had a fast car. I don't know what I would have had compared to Hayden. I felt like I had a little bit more speed than Mike and Slade. I had a moment with like 7 laps to go that kind of cost me about 2 seconds, so that kind of took me out of play of catching them, but I mean, overall, I felt like I just drove a smart race. I was trying to take my time getting around people. I honestly thought there was going to be another safety car at some point. And when Hayden pitted, I thought about it, and I was like, there's no way the tires are going to last that long because this track eats up tires. And, I mean, 93%, that's pushing it. So I feel like I still probably made the right choice. I just it worked out for Hayden.
Yeah, we definitely noticed with about 3 or 4 to go, you were catching Mike and Slade. And I really thought we were going to have a 3-way battle for second, but you just, didn't quite get there. But, man, overall, that was awesome to watch. Great race tonight. We had 11 people finish. 11 guys finished this race tonight, which was awesome to see, more than 3/4 of the field. I'm glad to see everybody kind of getting the hands on the new game, the new car. And it looks like everybody's driving a little better now, and these races are starting to get even better than they were before, and they were awesome before. So congratulations tonight, and man, you run a great league here. I enjoy what I do. Jake enjoys what he does, and we're going to call it a night tonight, guys. Make sure that you share the stream. We're trying to get as many guys watching us as we can. And always, if you feel like you can handle this and you want to join up, get up with DB to Best 20. Come practice with them, see what you're like, and you could be right here running with the ePro Series. My name's Niner Dan. That's Jay Dameron, and we will see you guys next week right here on Twitch.